Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum
If
assalam.
a good practicing Muslim girl wants a good practicing Muslim boy, if proposals are not in that category and parents are forcing to compromise because of age criteria, then what should be done in such circumstances?
If there's a good practicing Muslim boy and a good practicing Muslim girl, they don't get the marriage, they should marry each other.
They are
Fine.
not.
They don't know each other. They should say, if a good practicing Muslim boy or a good practicing, and then I say, let them marry each other. Very good. If you say a good practicing Muslim boy or a good practicing Muslim girl, if they're looking for a match and they don't find a virtuous life partner, so what should she do? That's a very good question. Very important. I thought you were saying, and then, if they don't know each other, you should be the middle person to make them join. So you'll get sawab for that. If there is a good practicing Muslim boy or a good practicing Muslim girl who tries to find a life partner based on Quran and Hadith, especially who has done a marriage preparatory course from IRF, So girls, when they do a marriage preparatory course from IRF, then they find it difficult to get a match. Because, this is required, that is required, then they come to know, and the market is saturated. It's difficult to find good boys. It's easier to find a good girl than a good boy. Yeah? So therefore, we have started a marriage preparatory course even for the gents now, since last year. Coming back to a question that if you don't find the virtuous person looking for, what should you do? See, you get the most virtuous available, the best of the worst. Now here you take a decision, how much do you compromise? Now here, when you don't find the right person you're looking for, see, one more thing, that don't say, okay, I know that virtuous boy, oh, I want the same type. Again, Prince Charming or Princess Charming. I know that person, but he's married, I want similar like him only. Very virtuous, and then he should be a doctor, and then he should be this, and he should be that, and he should be rich, So now again you're going in circles. So if you're saying virtuous, you should say no problem. So then when you're looking for a virtuous person and you can't find the one you want, first thing you do is compromise on your other three criteria. You're looking for a virtuous, but it's okay, he should not be a millionaire, but at least, if not millionaire, lakhopati hona chahiye, crorepati to nahi. Or if he's not earning 1 lakh, at least should earn 50,000 minimum. So if you get your minimum from 50 to 30, 30 to 20, 20 to 10, depending on how much can you go down. Same way with the criteria of beauty or handsome, get it down. Same with nobility. And let the other things come down as much as possible, as much as you think that you can maybe go along with.
Yes, we are ready to compromise. Even though we are not getting the virtuous and the parents are very much, they are.
What is the salary are you to compromise with? How much salary?
4,000 is maximum for me.
How much?
4,000.
4,000 maximum, minimum. That was my criteria. 4,000 minimum, because the maximum. Or minimum.
Because I want the virtuous. That is the only need.
Sister, to say is easier than to have it done. Anyway, that's your taqwa, it's very good. Someone may even be satisfied with 3,000, alhamdulillah. But 4,000, that means you are really, mashallah, you have really got down your other criteria, which is very good, sister. That shows your virtues, alhamdulillah. The thing is that first you do is, I haven't completed the answer, sister, after. So first what you do is let your other criteria come down. Now once you get down the other criteria, then you see to it that you let your virtue be high, the marks for virtue. Then you start getting that down. That the best available. Fine, maybe you wanted someone above 90 marks in virtue. You can't get that, try someone in the 80s. If not 80s, then 70s. Now when you keep on getting down, be careful to see to it that analysis is right. What they realize that now they want, okay, fine, I want someone, I don't mind compromising. But then when they try and compromise on the virtue, they fail to realize that they are going and marrying a man who's earning 30,000 and his virtue level is how much out of 140? There was a man who had 70 points in virtue and was earning 10,000, but you had rejected him earlier. Because earlier your value was, I wanted 30,000 rupees. And this is very common. Initially you wanted a man earning 30,000, which is not wrong. It's acceptable, fine. Today's age you require money, so a person who has a living standard and she wants to marry a man or a boy who wants 30, is fine. She gets it down to 20,000, she doesn't find someone close, then she goes far away, she gets a man earning 30,000, but his taqwa level is not 90, it is 40. But if this was what you wanted, there's already a person with taqwa level 60 who's earning 10,000, not 4,000. So what happens when you go out? You fail to realize that when you first do your survey and don't find the person of what values you want, then you come down on the virtue level from 90 to 80, no problem. But there is a boy who is close by who has a virtue value maybe of 65. But finally, when you take a decision, you're marrying a boy who has a virtue value of 35, and maybe his salary may be that, and his other points. This is very common. Inshallah, we'll take the next question after a short break.